Over here on the channel, we love cheap and free add-ons. So I've started this semi-frequent feature to have a look at some of the add-ons that are costing 490 MineTokens or less. Welcome to the 490 Club. In today's video, we will be having a look at the Buckets Plus add-on, the Sort Your Inventory add-on, and the Essentials add-on. Remember to like the video, comment any opinions or suggestions you may have, and please hit the subscribe button to support the channel. Let's have a look at the first add-on. The add-on that we're revealing now is the Buckets Plus add-on by MelonBP. It's currently rated 4.6 stars out of 5 stars from 927 reviews, and it currently costs 310 MineTokens, which is the equivalent of £1 and 69 pence in my local currency. It says Buckets Plus add-on adds tons, T-O-N-S, of buckets to your world. Use these buckets to pick up any entity. Adds utility and efficiency. Advanced buckets. Use add-ons in your worlds. Stackable with other add-ons. So here we are in a brand new creative world. I've got the Buckets Plus add-on by MelonBP set up, and coming in at 310 MineTokens, this is very easily a member of the 490 Club. And it's quite a nice, cool, easy add-on to get your head around, in all honesty. It introduces 5 new buckets and some new functionality to the original vanilla bucket. So with the normal bucket, it's just the vanilla standard bucket. We get a super bucket, a magnet bucket, a fire bucket, a torch bucket, and a sponge bucket, each with their own functionality. Now, the whole point of this add-on is to be able to pick up mobs, whether it be passive mobs, hostile mobs, villager mobs. I'm guessing boss mobs, we'll find out in today's video as well, and just transport them around easier. And the extra buckets give us a little bit of extra functionality and things to do. Now, most of the mobs in the game can be picked up by the standard bucket, which I'll show you now. So if we go over to a sheep right here and we just interact on the sheep, we pick it up. I've got a sheep in a bucket. I take it over to my farm. I place it down. There's my sheep. Hello, buddy. How are you? Welcome to your new home. But some mobs can't be picked up with the vanilla bucket, and that's where the super bucket comes in. Now, the super bucket picks up certain mobs that if you interacted with it in vanilla Minecraft, it would do something. If you interact with a horse, for instance, you get on the horse. If you interact with a cow with a bucket, you get milk. The super bucket allows you to interact with those mobs and still have functionality. So if we find ourselves a horse or a cow, and so we've got a cow over here, and we interact with the super bucket, you now get a cow in a bucket, and you get your super bucket. Now, this isn't a way to farm buckets. Once you place the cow down, the bucket disappears, and you're just left with your super bucket to pick him back up again. And you can just place him down again, and you don't get a spare bucket. You don't farm buckets through this. That's very cool. Now, the super bucket can be used to pick up certain mobs. Like I said, it picks up villagers, it picks up horses, it picks up cows, it picks up goats, mushrooms, wandering traders, and allays. But it also picks up mobs from other add-ons, which we'll be having a look at the end of this section. Also included in the add-on, as the cow tries to talk over me, is a magnet bucket. Now, a magnet bucket is used to collect items that are 20 blocks or less away. So if I place down any random item here and I stand some sort of way away and I interact, it brings the item closer. Now, that can be good when you're fighting mobs at a distance and you don't want to lose drops, or maybe a creeper blows up somewhere and you want to get stuff. There could be all sorts of reasons why this would work, but that's what the magnet is used for. Next up, we get the fire bucket. And these are all craftable, and you can find out how to craft them in the handbook. There is a crafting recipes page that tells you all of the crafting recipes. So with the fire bucket, it allows us to place fire down in an area. So it kind of works as a flint and steel. Like if I place that there, you can see we've got a 2x2 and a little bit extra just burning. If I go into survival mode, you will see as well, it has durability and it's quite dangerous. So this isn't a one-time only constant use. It's simply an easy way to place down fire, which can be a little bit buggy maybe, I don't know. And so this isn't a way to just use fire constantly without any durability, but it is an easy way to get fire. And if you ever have any issues with any of the buckets, they recommend sneaking, but you don't have to. Another risky but awesome functionality of the fire bucket is if you have a raw ore or some uncooked food and you place it down, so we'll place down the pork chop and the iron there, and you find the right place to put the fire, it cooks the food right here and it turns the ore into its ingot, meaning you don't need to worry about getting campfires, furnaces, smokers, or blast furnaces. The penultimate bucket in the Buckets Plus add-on is the Torch Bucket, and this acts as a dynamic light solution. So you can hold it, walk into an area, and it lights up the area around you. But beware, you cannot put this bucket in your offhand. It does not have that functionality. Maybe that functionality will be coming. I don't know. MelonBP, let's get some offhand functionality going for dynamic light. And then last but not least, we have the Sponge Bucket. And now if I clear out my inventory a little bit and make some space, this will be easier to show. In fact, let me go into survival as well. So we have a Sponge Bucket. We point at the water. We get 1 bucket of water. But if we go over here and throw that one away, and we go out to the ocean a little bit, and we do it, I've now got 4 buckets of water. So it seems to be, depending on where you place or try to pick up the water with the bucket, that you get a certain amount, because now we get 2. It's a little bit randomized. And unlike picking up the mobs, when you empty the bucket of water, you keep the bucket. This bucket was not in my inventory. I've now been given 2 extra buckets. So this bucket is a way to farm buckets. I don't particularly like that, but it is there. And so with all that said and done, there are 2 questions that I want to ask of this add-on. Firstly, can we pick up the Ender Dragon? And secondly, does it work with the Naturalist add-on? Let's go to the end and let's answer the first question. So we're in the end now then, and the question we all want to know, can we take Endy from this dimension and take her to the overworld using just a bucket? We're going to wait for her to land. Here we go. Let's go in. You can. Oh my days, I've got Endy in a bucket. I've got Endy in a bucket, and it was a vanilla bucket too. Let's head over to the main world. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But it just spawns another one. I didn't know that. So now I've got the Ender Dragon in my bucket, and the world has its own Ender Dragon. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's continue with our question. Let's head back into the overworld. I've still got the Ender Dragon in my bucket. I place it down. Oh my days. I have my own personal Ender Dragon. I can have my own personal Ender Dragon, and she trashes the world. It seems like she keeps her normal path-finding rotationary AI. She's trashing out blocks. She's circling. Oh, that's going to be a really risky one to do. It's like she's got the end stone there. You kind of... this is like easy tunneling right here. That's mad. But it's awesome that it's possible. Let me load up the Naturalist add-on. And let's see if we can pick up custom mobs like it claims. Alright, so I have added the Naturalist add-on to the same creative world. The Ender Dragon is off in the distance somewhere. And we've got tons of custom mobs here. Now, I chose this add-on because there's so many custom mobs. I figured it'd be easy to do. But if we go up to this, what is this, a moth with a vanilla bucket. In fact, that's going to be too difficult to pick up. Let's go for this guy with a vanilla bucket. It shouldn't pick it up. And it doesn't. I'm tapping, it doesn't. But if we use the super bucket and we pick it up, oh, it doesn't. Sneak. Oh, there we go. Okay, There we go. So it takes a little bit of going. It does say in the book that if you have an issue picking up mobs, step a little bit further back from it. But you get the question mark, and it's the bucket of custom mob. And then if I take it over here and just place it down on here, you can move them around. And there's my super bucket there. So if we go for this guy, so I'll sneak, stay a little bit further back, tap it. That was easy. It did it. And I've got this, whatever this is. I actually don't know the names of all of the mobs. Take it over here, place it down. I've now moved the hamster. This is quite a nice add-on. I mean, I'm thinking obviously easy to move villagers. If you're doing like a museum of mobs and you want to get a creeper, could be easy to do that. Who doesn't want their own ender dragon? That's there too. I really like this add-on, and I think this is a good add-on from MelonBP. Let's check out the Sort Your Inventory add-on next. The add-on we're revealing now is the Sort Your Inventory add-on by Hog Skull. S is a 5. It's currently rated 4 stars out of 5 stars from only 11 reviews, and it currently costs 490 MineTokens, which is the equivalent of £2.49 in my local currency. It says stay organized with the Sort Your Inventory add-on. Instant and automatic sorting. Tidy your inventory in one click or let it auto-organize while you play. Quick deposit, unload your inventory to nearby chests, barrels and shulker boxes. Custom loadouts, take out kits for mining, building or battling from your chest with a single tap. So next up then we have the Sort Your Inventory add-on by Hog Skull, and we're in a brand new creative world for this, and you end up getting a totem of sorting and a chest sorter. And these are really cool, to be honest with you. Now this add-on comes in at 490, so only just makes it into the 490 club. But I think there is a lot of functionality here. So you can use this to sort your inventory or sort your chest. The totem of sorting does your inventory that you carry around with you in here. As you can see, mine is a mess. And the chest sorter can be used to keep your chest monsters at bay. So we'll start by looking at the totem of sorting then. And as you can see, I have the most messed up inventory going. I've obviously gone and chopped out a lot of wood. Why not? You know, you always need it. And so this can be triggered manually or can be set up to happen automatically. So what I'm going to do is first of all, trigger this manually. So once again, this is what my inventory looks like. I'm going to just stand here and press L2, which is my interact button. It does a little jingle, and as you can see, everything in my inventory, not my hotbar, my inventory has been sorted into neat stacks, which is really nice. Now, you can have it set so that it's automatic, and that's simply by crouching or sneaking and interacting to bring up the menu, and you can turn on the auto sort frequency. Now, as you can see, we can do this from every 5 seconds all the way up to every 5 minutes, depending on how often you need your inventory sorted. And then you can also ask it to sort the hotbar. And so we'll do a little test here. Obviously, we pre-sorted half of our inventory, or the majority of our inventory. Let's see what happens if we now do this manually and see if it sorts our hotbar with the sort hotbar setting turned on. It does. It actually sorts things out kind of crazily. I'm not sure why it's triggered how it's sorted, but you can see it's moved my inventory guidebook into my inventory. It's moved my acacia fences into my inventory, and then it's decided to place everything else into its own little stacks. Now, I'm not 100% sure why it's chosen how it's chosen to do that, but it did sort my hotbar. So it's a little bit easier, a little bit less hassle for me. And you can, like I say, change it so that you can do the auto frequency every 15 seconds, say, save the bar. And then if I just quickly mess up some stuff while I'm in here, does it auto sort while I'm doing this? Let's see what happens. Messing up everything here. We're going to come out of it. It sorts it. So it didn't do it while I was holding it. I don't know if I even waited 15 seconds, but it does sort everything. We can force it and just sit here and wait as long as possible and see if it'll do it while I'm in the menu as well. It does do it while I'm in the menu. So it will auto sort every 15 seconds and it will sort my hotbar because I've told it to. Now, when you're in survival mode, it is important to realize that this is not a free setting. It will cost durability for the item or totem of sorting. So let's see what happens as we walk around. How much durability does it take? Just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So it will use it a few times. Now you can craft this with 5 gold and 2 emeralds. So not the easiest, but definitely not the most expensive thing to craft in the world. And it doesn't seem to take too much. Now, next up in this add-on, we have the chest sorter, and this has to be crafted using an item or a totem of sorting, as well as a chest and 4 redstone dust, I believe. Let's just quickly confirm that because I just read that. So it takes, 1 totem of sorting, 1 chest and 4 redstone dust, and you place it in your storage system and you make it work. Now, let me show you my storage system first. So obviously you can see I've got a couple items in here, mishmash of stuff. In my shulker box, I've got a couple items here, a mishmash of stuff, a few duplicated. And then over here, I've got a few more in the shulker box too. As you can see, we've got a barrel, a shulker, and let's put down a chest as well. And for the giggles, let's put in some of those and some of those. 3 storage solutions here with a bunch of stuff in. If I place down a chest sorter here, you see we've got lights, we've got glows. Now it works out if the lights are on, it's detected the chests and it should be doing its stuff. So let's see. Nothing done here. Nothing done here. Okay. And the reason why it didn't do it is because it wasn't automatic. So I then go here and click on this little gray icon and you're given sort now, sort settings, withdraw settings and deposit settings. If I go to sort now, little animation, nothing in the barrel. We've got some stuff in the shulker here, nice and tidy. We've got some more stuff in the chest over here, nice and tidy. And nothing in the shulker box, and nothing was duplicated. Everything was put together. So if we then go here and I tap on this, I now deposit my entire inventory. As you can see, it's gone. In the barrel, it's decided to put the chest sorter. In the shulker, it's put those woods together. In the chest, it's got my totem of sorting and my inventory add-on guide. And in this shulker, it's put a load of other stuff. So if I go to deposit now, I can ask for a loadout and I can customize and make a loadout, and then I'll be able to select it here. I can just withdraw items and then it lists the items that I have, so I can say what I want. So let's say that I want 64 pale oak planks. No, I can tell it how many I want. So maybe I only want 32. Withdraw. I've now got 32 pale oak planks in my inventory. And where were they originally stored? Here, it pulls that out for me too. So it's, you know, stuff that you would normally do, but just keeps it tidier, a little bit quicker, and a little bit easier. Now, one thing I wanted to check before we go was the withdraw settings. I can create a loadout here. I can give it its icon, so let's give it a bow, why not? So there's my loadout that I created with the bow icon. Click that. So currently, it's auto done what's in my hotbar already. So you can see that I've got pale oak planks, 32. I've got 64 jungle fences, the sort your inventory add-on, and your mangrove planks, which means whatever's in your hotbar when you create the loadout is what will save as the loadout. So let's say then I don't want the book. So we'll throw the book over there. We'll come back here. We'll go to withdraw settings, go to edit loadout, my loadout, and override items. Yes. It's now taken the book out of the list of items that are there. Okay, that's cool. So then if I go to, I want to go to deposit. There we go. So it's taken all of my items away. Now, if I go to withdraw and I say I want a loadout and I say I want my loadout, it gives me the same items in the same places. This would be really good for a texture pack review. And then the last thing that I want to look at is what the deposit settings are. So, okay, so you can choose to keep essentials. You can choose never to deposit your hotbar, keep the food, keep the tools, keep the armor, or keep the weapons. You can configure how much it takes off you when you press deposit. This is very much a lazy man's add-on, but there's definitely some good functionality here. I kind of like this. Remember to leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below with any opinions on what you've seen so far, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Let's go and check out the Essentials add-on. The add-on that we're looking at now is the Essentials add-on by Unlinked. It's currently rated 4.8 stars out of 5 stars from 13,225 reviews. It currently costs 490 MineTokens, which is the equivalent of £2.49 in my local currency. And it says Essentials additions to Minecraft. Say goodbye to doing boring chores. Repairable anvil, sideways slabs, storage satchels, automatic crop replanting, portable crafting table, ender chest, furnace, ore breaker, tree breaker, ore scanners, mining helmet, universal remote, change time, weather and more, death waypoint, fake blocks, teleporters, and a lot more. And so I think I've saved the best for last, because the Essentials add-on by Unlinked comes in at 490 MineTokens, and it's absolutely massive. Now inside this add-on, if we go to info, you can see a ton of different elements, features, functionalities that are available here. So let's list them off, and this is going to be a long list. There's an ore breaker, a tree breaker, crop replanting, checkpoints, sideways slabs, portable blocks, ore scanner, mining helmet, anvil repair, fake blocks, death waypoint, universal remote, chunk borders, incinerator, elevator, player teleporter, breakable spawners, double door opening, lava reflow, tool replacement, sand breaker, automatically updating map, rotten flesh smoking, air bladder, capture cube, world anchor, measuring tape, oxidant, super sponge, an admin remote, satchel, bribe, circle templates, debug stick, big bucket, block inspector, paxels, sleeping bag, sorting stick, flashlight, clears the checkpoints if you want it to clear the checkpoints that you had, and then you can go back. Honestly, this has more things in it than my storage units, and my storage units are full, trust me. And from that massive array of functions that are included, I figured we'd go through, and I just mentioned some of my favorite ones. I'm not going to be able to mention all of them, and that's where I'm going to need your help, but we'll get to that later. So my top 7 to 10 or however many, there's an ore breaker, which whenever you mine a single ore block, the Essentials add-on will automatically mine nearby ores as well. So I'm in survival now, and if I show you here, hopefully when I break this iron ore, all of it breaks. And that just makes it so much easier, and I hope it's not just ore, because we've got some coal over here, so there's a few here. Let's take this one here, and they all pop in a radius. I mean, look at that, even that one there's gone there too. It didn't quite get the one over here. Break that, get a few more, break this, takes out the whole lot, go for this one. And it just makes things so much quicker. And then next up, we've got the tree breaker. I promise you I'm not going down one by one. This says whenever you break a single log, Essentials will chop down the entire rest of the tree. Do not use next to your house if your house is made of the same logs as the tree you are chopping down. If you have saplings in the inventory, the tree will be automatically replanted. So if we go over here, first things first that we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a sapling. And so with that in mind, I've got myself an oak sapling in my inventory. I've got a netherite axe. I'm going to go into survival, and I'm going to break this. And it did break it. Did that plant and I broke it? Hang on, let's try that again. So I'm going to do this. I think I'm breaking it. 1 second. Maybe it's a bit more fiddly than I thought it would be. Let's try down here without falling to my death. Let's go there. There we go. I broke it. It was a bit fiddly, but it does replant the tree as well. And it cuts down the whole tree, leaves the leaves to unspawn or despawn naturally as well. So it's basically like playing survival, but it's a little bit of a shortcut. So next up, we've got the crop replanting functionality. And this says if you have the crop in your inventory, Essentials will automatically replant the crop when you break it. You can bypass this feature by sneaking. So if we come out of here, I've just thrown the book, which I didn't mean to do. Pick that back up. I'm going to bone meal a load of these really quickly to get my carrots. So we've got 4 here. I've got carrots in my inventory. I'm going to change to survival again, and I'm going to break that. And it's immediately planted it again. Break that again. Immediately planted it again. Now, if I sneak and do it, it doesn't immediately replant it. And then that one, and it does. And so I get my carrots. I get my crops replanted very, very quickly. And I'm happy as Larry. And so the next one I want to show you is the sideways slabs, which is an absolute godsend in Minecraft. And it says sideways slabs can be placed on walls to decorate them the same way you would decorate the ground with regular slabs. And so let me show you these first of all. If we go into the creative menu and we search SID for sideways, you can see all of the different sideways variants that you have. And there are a ton of them. They are very, very varianced in selection. If I go into survival now, you'll see I have acacia planks in my inventory. Go to the crafting table and, well, I just showed you anyway, but it's there. It's just 3 blocks going down sideways. Now, for the normal slabs, it's 3 blocks along the top. For the sideways slabs, it's 3 blocks going sideways. So let me craft a load of them. They come in 6s and you can place them on the wall. Now, one thing you can't do is double slab, which you can do with ground, but that's fine. You can break them by punching, which is absolutely fine. And it's pretty much a little bit faster than breaking a standard block. And you can choose which side you go on as well. So if I place down here, I mean, it's directional basically, and that here. So if I'm on this side and I place it there, it will go there. Let me break that. If I'm on this side, it will go there, but it won't double slab, which is a bit of a shame. But I mean, you can always just break that and put that there. It's not the end of the world. But sideways slabs could be a game changer for builders. And then one more big functionality that I wanted to show you is the chunk border settings. And don't get me wrong, there are so many settings on here. There will be something for everybody, I'm sure. But the chunk borders are quite awesome. So this one, when enabled, it shows you the edges of the chunk you are currently inside of. The border is shown in green if you're in a slime chunk, which is just amazing. So what I'm going to do is go back. I'm going to go to settings because, oh, did I not mention? Almost everything is customizable. You can turn it off and on. So you don't have to have everything on. You don't want ore breaker on, but you want tree breaker on. Turn one of them on, turn one of them off. If you do have tree breaker on though, make sure you also have tree replanting on if you want it to automatically replant. Next up, I mean, also you can do leaves breaker as well. So there's so much customization here. But what was I saying? I want to turn on the chunk borders. So we're going to find it here, switch it on, boom, there we go. And now I've got my chunk borders for the chunk that I am in. I know that this is a full chunk. So for the technical minded people out there who know what that means, you can do something with that. And it travels with you as I go into a different chunk. It generates. Now, where is a slime chunk? They're supposed to be green. If this was a flat world, here we go. So I'm guessing this is an indicator that this right here is a slime chunk. Honestly, this is an immense Essentials add-on. It has so much, and the ability that you can turn on and off stuff is awesome. I'm not going to sit here and show you every single one of them. And I've shown you a mere drop in the ocean of what is available on the Essentials add-on. Get down into the comments and tell me what is your favorite feature of the Essentials add-on. What was your game changer and why do you love it? But if you want a more dedicated single video, let me know down in the comments. If you've enjoyed a little visit to the 490 Club, let me know down below as well. Please do leave a like on the video too. Feel free to suggest down in the comments as well any type of add-on that is under 490 MineTokens, and we'll show it on this little section or this little featurette as well. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I know this has been a little bit rough because it's a brand new kind of setting for me, so hopefully you guys will give me feedback down below and we can make this a little bit better. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Peace.